Hello, everybody.
Hi, guys.
Hi, Kaylee.
Hi, Crystal.
How are you, Kels?
Fine, thanks, and you?
Good, thanks. Hi, everybody. Welcome back, and thank you for watching our last episode. Thank you for all the liking, following, subscribing, sharing, and commenting.
Oh, we should have let Robyn do that.
Like, share, subscribe, comment.
This is Robyn.
We're welcoming Robyn on today.
Hi.
Robyn is a devout fan. She's one of our...
Emma. I'm just a loyal friend.
Oh,
No, I'm a huge fan. I'm a huge fan.
We're going to start
Huge fan.
like this. So when I asked her to come on, I was like, listen, I was wondering... Yes. I was wondering if you could look after my children.
I would have still said yes.
No, you would have said Jembelito. Fuck. So, we have Robyn on. Robyn Ashley, excuse me. Robyn Ashley.
No, she's rebranded herself.
Robyn
She's just Robyn
Ashley
Oh.
Rutenberg Hauptfleisch.
now. Yeah.
How did
Yes.
you? So when we were in grade 1.
Yes.
So this is how we know each other. We went to the same school. We went to St. Martin's together. We have known each other for 35 years.
Yes.
When we were learning how to write and like our names.
Yes.
You got fucked over bad.
Yeah.
Eh?
No, look, I mean, there's a reason, a very specific reason why both of my kids have 3-letter names, because I didn't want them to go through that same trauma that I went through, where they thought I needed to be in a special needs class because I couldn't spell my name. So my kids are GIA and ELI. I wasn't going to give them anything more than that.
There wasn't enough space on the line for her.
Yeah.
Shame. It was rough.
Yeah.
And it was Robyn Ashley at school.
Yeah, because it's double barrel.
We didn't call her Robyn. So from St. Martin's to now, Robyn Ashley has been an extremely constant human being. So when I say constant, I mean, for me, the energy that she exudes when we were 5 or 6 or 7, for me is still the same today.
Thank you.
No, I'm serious. So this is the funniest thing, because this is what we were talking about, how I view her, and then when I shared my view on her,
I was so confused.
she
it's not
she
how I view
honestly
me.
thought I was taking a piss. Sis, that was rough, eh?
What?
So I
Taking
was-
a piss. Taking the piss. They were so glimmerstaar. Taking a piss, bro. But
You see, this is what I'm saying. And then she's like, no, guys, I'm shy.
I am extremely shy, and I am an introvert.
Oh, shame. That's very cute.
That's not what Kelly said.
No,
eh?
it's not.
The complete
I
opposite.
feel like Kelly lies a little bit. She overestimates my
We
abilities.
have mentioned how many times what an open book I am. Straightforward, honest to a fault. So the bullshit about the lie, fuck off.
Okay.
So we are an extrovert. We walk into a room, everyone knows we're in a room. We are that friend. Like, people know. But Robyn Ashley over here is like, no. Because her insides are not like her outside.
Yeah, no, I think I just obviously I'm putting on a great show. Guys, I mean, I did win a cameo actress award when I was in like standard something.
I've got trauma from Robyn.
Kelly has
that I would
trauma
like
from
to share.
somebody.
Yes. The bullied became the bully. So this is how cute it is. Eh? This is how stuff sticks with you. We were in grade 1 at St. Martin's Preparatory School.
Preparatory school.
Oh, I'm loving Robyn right now.
Sorry, as you were.
This is going to be fucking long, eh? It's
Robyn should have came on.
It's taking me right back.
50
I'm
episodes
getting
later,
this
you
out. I
bring
just got
Robyn.
triggered, actually. Okay, preparatory. Fucking Rutenberg. So, and we were doing a play. It was the end of the year play of grade 1, and obviously it was Christmas and Jesus and the angel and there was 3 of us that, like, on the short list for the angel. And like, guys, same thing, like, extroverted, I got this, I'm going to fucking Hollywood, Charlize, who, it's happening. Robyn Ashley was the angel ascending from the roof. Do you know what I was in that fucking school play? I was a tree.
I want to tell you
was
that
a tree.
you did an awesome job at being a tree, but I have no memory of this play that you were telling me about. And I spoke to my mom about it. And
Do
I
you
was
not
like,
remember
"Do you
it?"
And my mom was like, vaguely.
Robbie, you were the angel that came, like
Came
you were.
down
There was
from the
light,
heavens.
and there you were, and I was the tree, and I still had tissue paper leaves pinned to my top.
I'm so sorry. I'm sorry.
I actually do feel better.
That you got that out there.
Yeah.
Okay. But I mean, I honestly, I don't even remember that.
So this
play.
is what I'm saying. So her whole life she's been chosen. She's the angel. She's under the spotlight, and. But the thing is, she doesn't feel that way, ever.
Been chosen, my whole
Which is
life, the
amazing
chosen.
for me. Like, it blows my mind that you don't feel as confident as you come across.
Yeah, I think that is something I should look at. Maybe I should come sit on your couch. I think that you have to exude confidence, but when you don't feel it, you've got to fake it till you make it.
Yeah, but this is what I'm saying. So is she not the perfect guest to have on?
Well, we don't know yet.
in
We're
the
gonna
sense
find out.
where, like, our mission is as well to make people feel fucking normal.
Yeah.
Like, you sit there and so many people would be like, I can't believe you've got or had anxiety or suffer with this or got that, or you shy or whatever. I get that all the fucking time.
Yeah.
And then her and I had a discussion once, and she was like, what the fuck are you saying? Because I was talking about her and how I see her from small to now. Like, she literally exudes confidence and radiates friendliness. Like, even if you don't fucking know her, she's going to make sure you know her.
Yeah.
But in a friendly kind of way. Do you know what I mean? And she was like, no, that's
But
not
that's what
me.
they always say. The way you perceive a person is completely different how you see yourself, if you know what I'm trying to
Yeah,
say.
because you're showing that person what you want them
Yes.
to see. So now I'm not saying that you're fake
Okay.
at all.
But it is kind of fake then, because I don't feel like what the persona that you're saying that I give off or whatever.
See, but now for me, that is you. So what I'm saying is, you're not battling, because it's the anxiety thing.
Yeah.
It's where you've got this little part of you that lies to you. It's that
But I think
bitchy
it's also
voice
the
that you have to
self-doubt
name.
thing.
That's it.
It's like-
It makes you feel like you have to be more
Yeah.
than you actually are.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, you are enough.
Yeah.
But you feel like you have to be more. So we overdoers.
Yeah.
We're overthinkers. We over fucking stressors. We all those things, because we constantly. And listen, I'm telling you now, that comes from our background.
I was
Yeah.
just going to say, what have you been through? Because everything you go through in life makes you who you are.
Yeah, it
So what
definitely
have
comes
you
from our
gone
background.
through?
Well, I think the thing about like what you were saying now about needing to be or being overly noticed or whatever it is, I was at one stage the oldest of 4 children. I am now the oldest of 3 children. I'm turning 42 this year.
Okay.
My little sister has just turned 18. My brother is
She could be
5
your
years
kid.
young. She could be my kid, but I mean, I absolutely adore her. We're very close, and I mean, my brother's 5 years younger than me, but my parents got divorced when I was very young, and then my dad remarried, and the lady that he remarried had 2 kids. So we grew up as like an amalgamated family for 13 or 14 years, and then that marriage fell apart, and I lost a whole nother family again.
Yeah.
And then my father got remarried again to the mother of my sister, and they've got divorced 3 years ago, and then it was losing a whole nother family again.
And I don't think
So-
when your parents, I don't think as parents, I don't think they realize
Actually take
how it
into
affects the
consideration.
children.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they do, but at the same time,
Not
like,
the extent of it.
Not the extent
The
of it. and-
abandonment issues.
Yeah, and not like at 42, are you still feeling the abandonment
Yeah,
issues and the
yeah.
repercussions from it's so stupid that. But
'Cause-
there's often things that'll happen in my life, and I'll go, oh wait, that's a kid from a broken home thing. Okay,
Yeah.
you got to identify that and step
Yeah.
into your adulthood and step into your power and understand that you're not that 4-year-old anymore, and like.
And that only comes with trauma. So that,
Yeah.
I nearly said normal people. Most people
Of which
don't.
I don't think there are any on this couch.
Most people don't think like that. Most people don't think, okay, but hold on, I'm getting triggered because this happened when I was 7.
Yeah,
You know, or,
yeah.
and we perceive things differently. Like, we'll walk into a room and we'll look at something, and the way you see it is a completely different to the way you see it.
Yeah.
Like the situation or something
Yeah.
or whatever. And it's trauma responses.
Yeah.
So I think, like you said, like underestimating yourself and a little bit of self-doubt and stuff like that. That's all the stuff that you're feeling.
Yeah.
But that's absolutely nothing that you're showing. So
Well, that's good to hear, I suppose. But your past affects your perspective. So, often, like you're saying, people will look at different situations and see things completely differently. It depends on where you're coming from.
yeah.
So, my husband's parents they're still married. They've been married now for 44 years.
Do they like each other?
Yes, I think so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'm assuming so. They're still
44 years.
Yeah, and they definitely do like each other because they go on holidays together all the time in a camper van. They've invested in a camper van. That takes love, because that's like in the same cabin. Like there's no escaping and going for walks on the beach. You are in it to win it. So he often struggles to relate to my perspectives on things because he doesn't come from the same place as I do.
Oh, yeah. Geez, that's something we've never actually spoken about. Yeah. The completely different dynamic of being with somebody who came from the perfect unit family.
Yes. Yeah. Well, look, I wouldn't say it's a perfect nuclear family.
No. When I say, like mom and dad married.
Yes.
Siblings in the home, sitting down, Sunday lunch.
It's a huge challenge. For example, sitting down and having lunch. So one of the challenges that my husband and I had when we first got married is he wanted us to sit down at night and have dinner as a family. That sounds like a simple request. I never grew up like that.
Yeah.
My mom was working. My grandparents would fetch us from school. My gran would feed us, then feed my grandfather, then sit and help us with our homework. And then my mom would come home and then she would put us to bed. And so it was
in between everything.
Yeah, the kids sort of ate at the kids' table, and my grandfather would eat at the dining room where the kids would eat at the breakfast nook. It was like
separation.
Because it was just how it functioned for us. So I could never understand why it was such a big deal to my husband
all sit at one table.
Because I used to get so irritated with him. I'd say to him, but the kids are hungry.
Fabian's exactly the same.
They're hungry now, so I'm going to feed them now. You are only coming back from work in an hour, so you can eat then. And he would fly off the handle. And I said to him the one day, but you must remember, I wasn't raised like this. So to me, what is so important to you isn't necessarily important to me. And then I had to sort of retrain myself and realize, okay, this is a big deal for him.
Yeah.
And now I think to myself, I was so stupid because that's the time when we get as a family of four to sit down at the table, hear from everybody, how was your day and whatever.
Yes.
How did I think that happened if you don't have that time together? But I wasn't raised like that.
Guys, I must be honest. We spent many nights having dinner at the table and stuff, like our little family of five. And it's just, we've got a dining room table, and Fabian fights with me about it all the time. Let's have dinner. God, please, I just want to sit on the couch.
Yeah. Look, I get it. We have fights about that also because I've said to him, please, can we just have a Friday night?
I just want to disconnect.
Yeah.
Just and he's like, why don't you just move out? Put a tent in the fucking garden.
Yeah.
Disconnect.
Yeah.
I just don't want to sit at the table.
Yeah.
But it is bad because, like you said, it creates such good, it's core memories.
Core memories and also culture.
And
you create
communication with your family.
Yeah, you create a culture in a home. And if I think about when you're growing up in multiple homes and you sometimes by dad, sometimes by mom, then you're by grandparents, then you're all over the place. What is your culture? What is your identity formed on?
Yeah, you see that I'm the same.
Your structure.
Where you're getting your structure from. So now I've got my own children and my own family, so I've got an opportunity to create structure. But I need my husband's guidance to go okay, what was actually normal?
The right thing,
Yeah.
Guys, can I tell you something that was really, really cool? Okay, I'll go back talking about an ex-boyfriend. But every single Sunday, 12 o'clock, Sunday lunch, absolutely you were there. And it was, I'm talking, that roast, Mark.
You see, now you're swearing at me because for me, a Sunday is the only day that I don't have to cook.
No, but what I'm saying is, I'm talking 20 years ago.
Yeah.
So it still was a very set thing. And now for me, it's not.
Yeah.
Sundays, we've got things to do. And I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
I was also thinking about that actually this weekend because I often, my kids are busy studying for exams and stuff. And I want to have nothing to do on a Sunday. I don't people on a Sunday. I don't even like having my mom and them over for coffee on a Sunday. Because a Sunday if the mugs are left on the kitchen, on the coffee table, I don't want to be shouting at the kids to take their mugs back. I have to do that every single day. Can I just have one day where I don't have to mom, and I can sit and doom scroll, and I can be in my pajamas the whole day, and
it's so
that for me is what Sundays are all about. Whereas my husband, he's a doer. So he wants to go, let's go on a hike, let's go on an adventure, let's go take the kids fishing.
It's Fabian.
Yeah. So that's where we also, and I mean, it's that cultural thing where he grew up with
Sundays being a family
day. It was like church and then lunch and then they'd go do an activity, and I'm just feeling like that's things to do.
Guys, I would wake up as a kid with like dry spits on the side of my mouth at 1 o'clock on a Sunday.
It's just the way you've been wired.
Yeah.
Because you're not used, and it's the way he's been wired of that, doing that thing every.
Yeah, and then it's trying to amalgamate those two cultures and structures together and form a family, and sort of like not take on everything that he grew up with and say, okay, now we're going to duplicate
and
that.
And how do you do that?
It is a challenge, but there's many things where I've said to him, okay, I need to sit with this for a little while and figure it out, because I don't understand why it's important. But if it's important to you, I've got to analyze it.
Okay.
And then I'll like for example with the dinner table thing, then I thought to myself, is it that hard for the kids? I'll give them a freaking apple just to tide them over until dinner. But I mean, is it that hard for me to just, if it's such a big deal to him, okay, then I'll do it.
Not worth the
it's
aggravation,
not worth the aggravation,
fighting,
and it is super important to him. So I'm going to make it a priority, and I'm going to do that.
Okay.
And that's something that's changed the structure of our family, because we find out so much more about our kids. That they don't normally talk to me about. Yeah, no phones at the table. But they won't necessarily bring those issues up to me on the car ride home from school or while I'm putting them to bed at night. But they'll bring it up in a dinner situation. So, I mean, that's something that I'm so grateful that he brought in.
Yeah.
But there's many things.
And what have you taught him?
Oh,
because here we go. It's like I come from one of those families.
Why did I laugh like that?
It sounds
because
like
you know.
Now, what have you taught him?
You'd have to ask him.
Her husband is in recovery.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he's actually on the 15th of May. He's 20 years clean.
Sure.
Clean and sober. Yeah.
She has taught him why not to relapse.
I've taught him. Yeah. No, I drink enough for both of us.
Okay.
No, you don't.
No, not so much anymore.
No, you really.
I really
and even when you did, you weren't a scorp.
No. Look,
why am I so sad?
Because we are.
No, wow, that was
so scorp.
Yeah.
But it's Ada, but
yeah.
I mean, look, I had my several times where I'm not proud of, and thank the Pope there was no social media when we were teenagers growing up, eh?
Guys.
Because if there was video footage of some of my fun nights out, I'm not proud of that chick, but I'm not that chick anymore. And I'm raising a teenage girl now that I think to myself, thank you, Lord.
Had that chick to grow from.
To grow from and to learn from, because she was very broken, that chick.
Very broken.
And she tried to become something that she wasn't, and then she realized who she actually needed to be.
So becoming someone that society expected of her, and she felt like she had to uphold this, and it just kept on getting more fucking crazy.
I remember Nicolette and you said to me the one day, a couple of years ago, you guys were like, yeah, but you were a roller. I was like, what? I've never been in a fight in my life.
So, you see,
but the thing is, because I've been this height since I was 13 years old. So I was always like head and shoulders taller than everybody else. Everyone only caught up with me after school. And so I was always head and shoulders taller. And then my mom always used to say to me, like, fuck your height, wear your high heels if you want to, it doesn't matter. And I was always the biggest chick.
Yeah.
I don't know, that just made people assume that I was this bully and this roller. I think I did bully some
because
people.
I was just about to say, there wasn't many times, but there were some times, but it's not a bad thing. It doesn't make you a bully, you know. But my sister was also, she was completely and utterly labelled as this and she had never been in a fight in her life.
Yeah.
She was...
Because she was a big girl like me.
I promise you, she really didn't, look, she didn't give a fuck, you know, but...
Yeah.
I still need to give less fucks. I don't know where I found them all to give, but I'm constantly giving fucks.
And funny, we spoke about this not so long ago as well. Because it's definitely the same. It's a people-pleasing thing that we've grown to recognize. We starting to say no. We're learning a lot of balance as millennials in this you know, where we
Yeah.
came from and. But at the same time, I think people pleasing is so fucking a part of us that
Yeah.
even knowing we're doing it,
You still do it.
we still do it.
Yeah, but then don't
Not to a
you
full
do
extent.
it? Yeah, but don't you do it, and then you all of a sudden get that instant shame because
And
you're
I'm
like,
like-
"Ooh, that's what that was."
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, but sometimes I'll give a fuck and then I'll take it straight back.
yeah.
I'll be like, you don't deserve that fuck, and I'll
But
take
I
it
mean,
back.
if I look at how it's taken me to the age of queenagerdom, I found that word on
Okay.
Facebook. They said we're not in perimenopause, we are queenagers. So, because we into that next phase of our life now. So it's taken me to this stage to get to the point where I can recognize those sort of, I don't want to say toxic traits. They were necessary at the time. It was survival
it was survival mode,
mechanisms.
yeah.
And to just go, okay, that doesn't serve me anymore in this area of my life. But how can I change it? And the thing is, on the go, you don't always realize at that given
Present
time what you do.
moment.
And then afterwards, you look back on it and you go, oh, the fuck was I doing? That was stupid, you know. But if I think like self-doubt and people pleasing and all this kind of stuff. I mean, you know my friend Claire.
Yes.
Yeah. So Claire and I started about 2 years or a year before COVID.
Fun fact. Claire, do you think we can say her surname? Will she care?
Yeah.
Clare Butler
Yeah.
was in my brother's year.
Yeah.
And Clare Butler went with my Fabian to our matric dance.
What? I didn't even know
I promise
that.
you. Yeah.
Oh wow.
I'm sure it was still when her hair was short.
Her
like
hair's still
flippin'-
short. She looks the
Yes,
same as what
like
she
it.
did when she was in school.
Yeah, how funny is that fact? Now this world is smaller.
But anyway, so Claire and I are thick as thieves, and I mean, we met at varsity. She's one of my best friends, and in about a year before COVID happened, we decided we were going to start a podcast. Not a podcast, we were going to do vlogs.
Vlogs, okay.
This is not her first time.
No, this is definitely my first time doing this.
No.
Definitely.
Do you know that I completely forgot about that? And I used to watch those things. You guys used to do stuff about clothes and stuff.
No, not about clothes. We would do stuff about like inner turmoil and trauma and stuff that we'd been through and how we were
So what
working to
fucking
overcome
episode
it.
did I watch?
We did do one or two things about like, I don't know, don't dress like a slut or maybe do. I don't know.
I wish
I've got varying advice on that, so I don't know. But we often spoke about like motherhood because Claire was a single mom of two very young kids. So we talk about things from her perspective and then from my perspective of being a married mom and how we handle
Okay, so
things
this wasn't
differently.
very
Dynamics.
long ago.
Well, it was, what are we now, 6 years out of COVID? And it was about a year before that. And then obviously when COVID happened, we couldn't see each other. So we tried doing vlogs a few times on
Oh
the
my
phone.
God, it's all coming back to me. The reason you stopped.
Yeah. So that was where I was going with that.
Yes, sorry,
About
carry on.
It talks into the whole people-pleasing
I
thing
had
and the
such a blank.
insecurities. Are you okay?
No, because now I'm, get there. Go, Robyn, go.
Fuck. Okay, so it speaks into the whole people-pleasing thing. And I mean, Claire said to me, because we also used to get stopped by people saying, yes, you put that into a different perspective for me, and it really helped me to reframe it in my mind.
Didn't you feel awkward?
I felt so awkward
It was
because
so weird, people coming up to you.
yeah, for us it was like more therapy for us because we'd been going through such a huge adjustment. She'd been through a lot of trauma with her divorce. I'm sure she won't mind me speaking about it, and if she does, she will let me know. And I had been going through a huge trauma. I was held up, and we experienced PTSD, and you know it was.
You were going through it.
We were going through it, and then we started seeing a doctor, Matthew Leisha, who's no longer in the South. He's in Cape Town now, and he called me a shit magnet. And I was like, correct. Yes, it does appear to be that is the problem. But anyway, so then Claire and I started sort of healing together, but we were like on the same highway in parallel, and
I know
everything
exactly
was
what you're saying.
amalgamated, you know? So yeah, we just started sharing things with people which we thought would help, you know? And we got so much positive feedback, and all it took was that one negative feedback, and I was like, I'm out.
You're done.
I'm done. Can't
But
anymore.
tell-
And Claire was like,
You don't
"What
have to
the
mention
fuck?"
names,
Yeah.
but the
It was
significance
actually a
of the
family
human.
member.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
in the significance of the human in your life.
Yeah, no, yeah. She's got no significance. But the fact is, I heard, you know,
So-
you
say
know how the
what she
South
said.
goes, eh? No, she said, "Who the fuck does she think she is?" to be running around trying to give other people advice. Her life's a fucking joke. And I thought to myself, but my life is a fucking joke. Why do you think I'm talking about it? And I'm saying, like, look, I fucked this up royally. Like, this is how I wish I could have handled the situation. And if this situation ever appears again, I think I would handle it this way. You know, and that was basically the crux of our whole thing. I mean, the Facebook page is still open. We didn't have like multiple platforms and YouTube channels and whatever. We literally sat with our phones and we were like, okay, well, let's talk about this. This is what we went through this week. Our kids didn't want to eat this for lunch, and that's how we handled it.
Such an awesome start. But for one person, we've mentioned this so many times on the podcast, for one person to have that fucking power over another human being, for them to turn around and say, because I'm sorry, I don't know who you are, I don't know where you came from, I'm not judging you, but as a human being, to shit on someone who's putting themselves out there to such an extent and being herself and open and honest, and
but at the same time, and you guys have mentioned it before, you put yourselves out there and you basically opening yourself up for the possibility of that happening, which I should have braced myself for, but because I think I was very naive, because we'd had such positive feedback and we were getting people that we didn't even know sending us private messages going, this is what's going on in my life, how would you handle this? And I'm going, I'm definitely not a psychologist, like I should not be speaking into this, but if that was me, that's what I'd do, you know? And a lot of like thank you messages, and then people would stop us in the shops and stuff and be like, so we watched this one and it was so cool. And
and people relate. That's what I always tell Kelly. You don't imagine they relate to
you. A lot of what I spoke about also was the like postnatal depression, which I was not expecting because I desperately wanted my kids. I thought the only people that got postnatal depression were people who didn't want their babies. You know, like that was what I thought.
But that was because no, that was because it really wasn't a thing that we would talk about.
And I mean, like my mother hadn't had it, my grandparents hadn't had it.
There's something wrong with you. They just didn't know they had it.
And I didn't even know. And I remember, like, Claire was my best friend, and I was too shy. I don't know if it was shy. I was so humiliated and ashamed that I felt that way about my own parenting experience when I was desperate for my child. You know? And I
thought, not a choice.
And that happens.
Not a choice, not your fault.
You know what? I feel even in today, people right now that are having babies, they're still going through that, and they feel ashamed to say they wanted the baby, like you say, they want the baby, then the baby comes, and then they.
But that's what I'm saying. It's not in any way, shape, or form something that you're doing wrong or that you did, but you can't help but feel ashamed.
And the thing is, because nobody was talking about it at the time, I felt so fucking abnormal and alone. And the first person who said the words postnatal depression to me was my gynae. I went for my 6-week checkup, and she was like, "Good God, what is going on here?" And I just burst out into tears, and I was like, I'm doing everything wrong. Who the fuck thought I was the adult in the room that should be left alone with this child? Like, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm breastfeeding wrong. Everything that I'm doing is wrong. And she was like, okay, you need some tablets. And then I felt bad about, like you feel inadequate all the time.
And I think it's of having this impression of how something is supposed to be created by society, and when we don't fit into that,
but it's also created by yourself.
We're a failing piece of shit.
Because no one cares. No one cares. You make it up in your own head.
You make up your own story. I mean, even giving birth. I mean, if I knew I was going to go in for an emergency C-section, I would not have waited until 41 weeks.
You would have done
in a heat wave. I would have definitely just gone and said 37 weeks, take it out. But I did everything. What are the 4 S's that they say? Speed bumps, spicy food, sex, and sushi, or whatever.
I don't know. I've never heard what you just said before. I just threw that in there.
No, they always say if you try to go into labor,
it is true.
So I tried everything. I ate curry, I ate pineapples, all the things that they say don't put these bath bombs in because they'll make you go into labor. I was like, give me a fucking ton, I'll bath in it. And then I landed up my baby was in distress and I had to have an emergency C-section.
But you're underestimating
feeling of inadequacy and going, I can't even birth my own child.
And you did it too. That was all you.
That was all in my own head.
You did that all to yourself.
100%. And I think it's based on like societal expectations, but is it really society's expectations, or are we just wanting to meet
this? It's the created norm.
Yeah.
So exactly the same thing with me. Adamant to have natural birth. Adamant, no drugs. I can do this. We're women. This is what we were created for. Breastfeed, absolutely everything. I've mentioned it before. Carried him to 41 weeks. Wow. No, complete failure at the birth plan.
Yeah.
Wouldn't latch, kid had a tongue tie.
But you set yourself up.
Yeah, 100%, because we had a birth plan and an expectancy of
Yeah.
how it's going to go. You can't plan this shit.
Yeah.
That's why we've said so many times, I thought I was going to be that mom and not this.
But is it not, again, I don't know if you went through the same thing, but is it not, again, that people-pleasing thing where it's like, if I can keep everybody happy and keep them thinking that I am this kind of person and this, like...
I couldn't even give birth.
Yeah, I couldn't
even breastfeed.
My gran, shame, bless her soul, she passed away 2 years ago, but my gran turned around and said to me, but you wouldn't know, love, you didn't give proper birth. And I thought, woman, if I didn't love you so much and you weren't so rickety, I would have smashed you with a chair.
But that's actually something we must talk about when we get the professional on with the postpartum depression, because so many people are still to this day opinionated over natural birth and Caesar.
And I mean, if you think about it, like the reality that I know in my brain, so logically I know, if a C-section was not available, myself and my child would not have survived.
Yeah.
With my son, he was born at 34 weeks and 5 days. If it was not for C-sections, he would not have been alive. So thank God for the technology advancements and whatever. Yeah. But that feeling of inadequacy and it doesn't leave you. But anyway, to get back to what I was actually talking about, was those are the kinds of things that we spoke about, like on our little vlog. We never even called it a podcast, like a little vloggy thing.
I don't even want to know what that sounded like on my mic.
No, that was terrible.
It was bad.
And I knew that I was helping more people than I was hurting.
Yes.
And if I tell you, the positive feedback was like here, and then that one little negative feedback
just hit you.
But the thing is, I realized in hindsight that one negative thing was in line with my fear about myself.
Yeah.
So it was so much easier for me to believe that than to believe any of the other plethora of positive
things.
Yes,
yeah. 100%.
Yeah.
And it's shit, because it goes to show again, like it comes back to your self-worth, even though you've done all this growth and you've built up this confidence. Listen, I had something in the office the other day. One of my clients mentioned something about going to another professional, and that professional had something to say about me. Obviously, the professional didn't think that she was going to relay anything back to me. And like, I must be honest, like the first situation I handled really, really well. I was proud of myself, like new Kelly, yay. This one, it did take me a minute mentally, because it really did make me want to absolutely say, you know what, I'm fucking done. Like, I don't need this shit. I don't need that. Like, what am I doing to you in your life? I took it so personally that I was going to let it affect my business. And then I sat back, I actually sat back with Fabian, my little calming voice of reason, my service human, my service human. And he said to me, I don't even know why you're letting it get to you. Best thing to say to someone who's having a rant, because now I want to punch you in the fucking head. It's like,
calm down.
Relax.
Relax.
Shame.
Just relax.
And he said, think about it. Like, it's pretty obvious why she feels the need to say that about you, and it's because there's a certain amount of, this is going to sound arrogant, but there's obviously a certain amount of insecurity there.
100%.
Or a little bit of jealousy. So you must remember, I'm not saying that's how that person felt when she was saying it. Maybe she's just a bitch. We don't know. Maybe she was being honest.
Yeah.
Who the fuck do you think you are?
100%.
But at the end of the day, I don't think we need to let shit like that
get to you.
Anymore.
The thing is,
it's taken so much from our fucking lives before. It's pulled us to a screaming halt.
Claire and I were saying for a long time, we were saying, like, and it was me that put the brakes on everything. She kept saying, let's start this up again. We were helping people. We were helping ourselves. We were giving ourselves therapy. Like, we were doing all of these things, and like, we were in a good headspace, and it was almost like we allowed our vlog to keep us accountable. Because we were on like a weight loss journey at the time, and I was like, we can't fucking talk about things if we're not doing it, and you can't, you got to walk the talk. And so there was that form of accountability and whatever, and I sabotaged all of that because I allowed the voice of one person to
get into you.
To get into me. And I mean, that was now 6 years ago, and I think there's still a lot of that in me where I get this like when you sent me that message, I was like, my friend sends me a message and she needs me. Cool, I'll be there. And then all of a sudden, that afternoon, I was like,
can I talk about that?
Yeah.
Guys, it's hysterical. So We are these people. We can be extremely impulsive, and yes, and no problem, and. Literally, hey? I mean, we'll speak once every 6 months, once every 2 years, or once a week.
Yeah.
It literally is.
Just varies.
It really is like that. And I sent her a message, and I mean, guys, I actually want to read it to you, because this is honestly how blunt it was. No voice notes will be played during the airing of this. I've even got her saved in my phone as Robyn hyphen Ashley. Okay, so how did we start?
I've still got you saved in my phone as Kelly Nails.
Oh my fucking
Everyone's
word.
got his Kelly nails.
You know what, honestly, guys, I'm more than that. Really.
Sorry.
I'm trying to grow as a person.
Okay, continue.
You like Kelly crazy or something now because...
Kelly psycho twat.
No, I'm talking about the work I do. Okay, so I said, good morning, Robs. How are you? Doing a thing. Perfect part of the thing. Are you busy tomorrow? And I put the time. Morning, darling. Cool, I'm in. Where must I be? Literally. I haven't spoken to her in like 3 months.
3 months, yeah.
I'm not even joking. Then I best part is, okay, blah, 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 blah. And then here we go. Okay, so that was at 8:30 in the morning. Okay, so obviously a little while ago. And then 3:30 comes. So we got a full 7 hours of her self-sabotaging bitch in her fucking brain, eh? Is there a reason I suddenly feel like I need a tranquilizer? Or 7? I've been spiraling. Blah, 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 blah. So...
Because I was like, why would you?
Why do you want me
to
on?
yourself?
Yeah.
Why am I good enough? Like, even like, what am I bringing to it? And I was like, I just want you to bring you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she's like, but I don't understand. She doesn't see what I see.
Yeah.
And disagrees with what I see. Because when I've told her so many times, like, but you like this and this, she's like, I'm really not. And I'm like, girl, geez, like, how do you see yourself?
But even with my friends, I'm like, guys, I can't, I'm so shy. And they're like, what the fuck are you talking about?
She'll be the first one to walk into, like, if she's with a group of girls, this is how she wants everybody to always be okay. If we're with a group of girls and, like, we, like, you know, at the club and, okay, who's going to walk in first? She'll be like, for fuck's sakes. And off she goes. She's that person. But then if you say to her, Robs, you're always the first to walk in a room, she's like, no, I'm not.
Yeah.
No, you really fucking are.
Look, I know I am loud. That I'll take on the chin, eh? But you take the cake on that, though.
No, fuck you.
Yeah.
Look, when it comes to being loud, never.
Okay.
Never. You are extremely dominant in a social setting.
Okay.
Sometimes I feel intimidated. And that very rarely happens.
That is fresh. But that's
fresh.
Damn.
But I think that the whole thing about realizing things about yourself that you never knew about yourself later on in life, and having to relearn lessons. Like, can we help you? Is everything okay at the house?
I choked on the last bit because I tried to
But
suck
have
it
a
in
little
quietly.
bit more.
I don't want. I'm scared.
Oh my lord. Okay. All right.
Okay, carry on while she...
Yeah, please carry
She
on.
coughed out my train of thought.
Carry on.
She coughed out my entire train of thought. But it just shows you that you never stop learning about yourself. And if you've got the ability to be introspective and to look at things that you've struggled with in your life, and to reflect back on times where you haven't necessarily behaved the way that you should have, or you've let things get you down and lead to anxiety and depression, our new favorite buzzwords that everybody has. I think it's so vitally important to constantly be researching yourself.
Yeah.
Yes.
And looking at yourself and going, oh, okay, that's what that is about. Because like often, like my husband doesn't even shout. He'll just raise his voice, and I like feel like I'm 4 years old again.
Yeah.
You know? And then I'll think to myself, hang on, you don't need to become so small.
Scared,
You know, you are big, you are fine, everything's going to be cool.
See, now, I don't have that, though. Like, if someone raises their voice, I'm...
No, but I just think everyone has
I know exactly what you're saying, though. No, I know exactly what you're
different
saying.
things.
Different traumas, different
I can
responses.
also become like that.
Yeah. But I completely get what you're saying. Like,
Yeah.
but sorry, after my near-death experience on camera. But, you know, we're keeping it real, we're keeping it raw, we're keeping it South. I mean, what can we do? And I try to drink quietly because we have had 1 or 2 or 7 comments about people with misophonia, and we need to be considerate to the fact that the mark is right here. And I need spit in my mouth to talk.
I keep hitting it. I'm so sorry. I keep slapping it. I'm very sorry about that.
That's the aggression.
Oh, okay.
That's the aggression coming out.
Yeah.
But look, at the end of the day, I think this boils down to a lot of our, like we said, like, oh, geez, we could have a 3-part series, guys. I say that so many times, but from the people that we were and the people that we thought we had to be and the people that we created for certain scenarios and stuff like that. And, you know, like, in a sense, I think it's okay for us to say that and I say this with respect, our parents could have maybe been our first bullies.
Yeah.
And growing up with that kind of dynamic definitely does set the tone for majority of our shit coming out later in life.
And also, like, speaking to that, for me, I mean, having multiple mother figures in my life, because my dad being married multiple times, and every time that would happen, the dynamics of the family would change. The relationship with the mother of the house would completely change. I was at different ages when all of these things happen. You know, when the marriages happened, I was at different ages, at different stages of my life. There were different kids involved. It was, you know, so you
it's a lot of self-sacrifice, hey? It's a lot of, when I say self-sacrifice, I mean like you being you. Readapting so many times at those different ages.
There's many times where I have felt like you become a bit of almost like a chameleon, because you just what do they need me to be to keep peace in this situation? Okay, I'm going to do that. At my mom's house, which was my safe space, that was my safe haven. So she will say to you, Bev is very much like Jackie. Bev will tell you that I never, ever tried to readapt and readjust myself for her. No. She got the real me. And
my mother said that to me on the phone this morning.
Are you serious?
I promise you, it is so insane that you literally just said that. I was complaining about one of the children, and I said, I'm not joking. I feel like I'm being attacked.
Yeah.
Like purposefully attacked, like I'm being bullied.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, shame.
Yeah.
Please explain how that feels, because I have no idea.
Yeah.
And I was like, Mom, it's not that time. Like, no, I need you to understand. And then we went on a whole rant about.
Look, I mean, I know what I put my mom through, especially when I was a teenager. Fuck, man. I said to her, only when I became a mom did I start feeling sorry for her. And I said to her, like, I realized what I had put my mom through. And I said to her, you know, I'm so sorry, but at the same time, it was because she was my only constant and consistent, and she was my safety. She was my safe haven.
You could be version you needed to be with her.
So it was almost like I'd been bottling it all up and being the version that they needed me to be, and then all of a sudden I'd come home and then just unleash that all on my mom, you know, because I knew she's not going to abandon me. Yeah. She's not going to go anywhere. She'll fight for me. She's in my corner, you know, all of those kinds of things. So she got the brunt of it.
Yes.
You know, she got the worst version of it, which is often what happens with our own children. I mean, I think it was Mel Robbins did a podcast on this not so long ago about why do your kids behave the worst when they're around their moms?
Because you're the safe space.
You're their safe space, and they know that you're not going anywhere.
They've put on this act at school. They've been cool with their friends. They've done this and that and whatever. They get in the car. They just exhale. They don't want to answer questions, and you're wondering, why is this kid being such a dick? Meanwhile, he's literally just decompressing and blah, blah, blah.
So I remember saying to my mom once, I think I'm a people pleaser. And my mom went, Jesus, what people?
Oh my gosh. I promise you exactly the same. And I would turn around and be like, that is something that I would never label myself as, a fucking people pleaser. Me. Don't be to the absolute max. But without even realizing
But that's the thing with these kinds of behaviors are survival mechanisms. And I read in a book, I wish I wrote wrote down things that I read, because I read this in a book once, that you use the survival tools that you need for the war that you're in.
100%.
So when you're in a war that requires serious ammunition, you will adapt and you will create that serious ammunition. But the problem is you cannot carry your AK-47 when you're going into just a little argument in the corner shop. You know, you need to then readjust your artillery.
Pull
and
out
go,
a flick knife.
Okay, what tools do I now need for this? But that takes awareness and working
like
on
you said,
yourself.
going back to self-awareness. And you use the most incredible word, introspect. People today, so many of us are choosing to grow and go through the ugly and face things and. But then, unfortunately, so many other people don't have that in them. And it's a problem, because when you don't have self-recognition, okay, of your good qualities, your flaws, what's toxic, there's minimal growth, guys. And there's very, very seldom a time where you'll see yourself as the wrong or in the wrong, or, you know. So it's difficult for people like us that are going through these changes and accepting them and researching and looking at and to deal with the people that are just...
you feel like you almost outgrow people. The thing is, introspection, you are only able to grow and to learn when you felt enough pain, because that's the only time that change comes.
Suffering.
So pain and suffering comes, and then eventually you've got nowhere else to blame, that you have to then start looking within yourself and going, okay, obviously I'm in this somewhere. I'm the common denominator. If all of this shit is going on around me.
Remember I said
So
that
you
last
see,
time.
the self-sabotaging, it goes, guys, I promise you, you can tell we're both tall, hey? Clank,
Sorry.
So I've mentioned it before, but when I was counseling at rehabs and stuff, like I would say to people, like sometimes someone would turn around and say, or not even just at the rehabs, man, like just in general or at work or whatever, like, when is enough? They would ask me, like, and I'm like, when you've suffered enough.
When you've suffered enough,
And they would be like, what? Geez, like, when you have suffered enough, you'll turn around and you'll realize, I can't do this anymore. Like my drinking. I suffered enough. Honestly, people around me suffered enough. I'd suffered enough. Other habits that weren't serving me, literally, but I have to go down to the suffering. Hey, I have to unwrap the suffering. I have to dissect the suffering. I have to avoid the suffering because it's not. And then you have to suffer enough to get to the point where you're like, something needs to change.
That's so true. Well, I mean, growth only comes. It's just so common, but I mean, growth only comes with pain. I mean, if you look at like the story with the butterfly, if you help it out the cocoon, it's going to die. Like, it has to actually suffer to get out of there, because that's what makes it strong. And I think that
it's so cute, eh?
What?
The butterfly in the cocoon. That's what makes
it strong. But I said, it's a freaking common analogy. I couldn't think of anything better. I mean,
no, it was amazing.
but I struggle as a mother knowing that and still allowing my kids to have to suffer when they need to, and not stepping in and intervening, because I have almost punched small baby children who've hurt my kids.
Is just as I promise you now, when I even I can see it in a photograph. Okay, Gia is Robyn Ashley, literally. Hey, same age, same hairstyle, same little freckles. I'm not even joking, guys. You can, the strength of her character comes through in a freaking photo.
Look, and I mean, I want her to be a strong and independent woman, just not while I'm raising her. If she could just try and avoid putting that on me.
Just not with me.
I mean, there's so many times where she'll stand up for something that she thinks is right, and I'm equal parts proud of her and want to smash her in the face at the same time, because I'm like, that is so cheeky, but okay, valid.
You've got a valid point.
That is valid.
But that's
like,
what we've raised.
Done, but still.
That's what we've raised.
Yeah. But I mean, I see a lot of the things that I struggled with at her age. I mean, she's in this pre-teen, this tween phase where she's too big to be small and too small to be big, and she can't quite find her place in the world, and she's got opinions, but she doesn't quite know how to relay them. And I just see so much of myself at that time, and I struggled so much through it. And there's parts of me that goes, I want to rescue her and save her from that, and tell her how she could do it better. And then there's other parts of me going, I can't live her suffering
gotta
for
raw
her.
dog it, baby.
She's got to learn, and she's got to go through these things. And it's so hard as a mom. And I don't know how my mom did it.
Now, you see, the thing is, our moms did it because they drank grasa. Okay? Number one. Number two, they would also be like, fuck around and find out, my love.
Yeah.
Us, being the most parenting generation,
Yes.
are feeling what our kids are feeling
Yeah.
We
because
wanna
we're still
save
changing
them.
and trying to and. So it's actually excellent that you're looking at it at that perspective, because while I don't want mine to feel and go through, you sitting and thinking, hold on,
Yeah.
she needs to.
It's like she has to.
It's so...
I mean, it's so difficult. I mean, my son is into combat sports. I'm a mom. I must watch my son in a boxing room.
Okay, there.
My son does boxing.
Okay.
From when he was 2 years old, the first thing he asked for his birthday when he could talk was he wanted a boxing bag. And we bought him a little camo boxing bag, a toy one with gloves. He slept with those gloves. He bathed with those gloves. He did everything. He wanted those gloves. And he always used to say to me, Mom, I'm a fighter. I'm a fighter. I'm a fighter.
Oh, Mommy.
And eventually he was old enough, and we enrolled him in boxing, and I thought, oh well, this is fine. He just needs a bag.
So how old is Eli?
And he's 9.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Old enough.
Yeah. Enrolled him in boxing. Gia also does the boxing. She loves it, but for her it's more
Naturally.
about self-defense and all of that
And
kind of
because my
stuff.
brother can do it, I can do it.
Yeah. And then the one day he came to me, he goes, right, I'm ready. When's my first fight? And I went, and I'm like, no.
Flip.
And he says to me, what am I doing all of this for? Mom, I want to fight. Like, this is what I want to do. And I sat down with his coaches, and his dad and I sat down together, and we kind of said, if he's going to get fucked up, let it rather be when he's little, so that the damage is going to be less, and then hopefully by the time he's old enough
To realize.
like he'll be over it. You know, he's not over it. Okay, he's still only 9, but he gets out of the ring.
Yeah.
He runs to his mommy. He gives me a hug, and in my ear he goes, Mom, when's my next fight? And I'm like, oh, okay.
You're waiting.
But look, he is with one of the best coaches, though.
Yeah, he is.
He's got a really, really good team.
Yeah, his team's amazing. I mean, we train at Apex South, and his coach is, shout out, Tiny Strauss. And
What the fuck?
I don't know.
What was that?
Tiny Strauss. And they're so amazing with the kids. And I think if I look at what my
I can't
kids
wait
have,
to watch that. Oh, it's going to be great.
what my kids have learned from doing combat sports, because they also both do jiu-jitsu.
Okay.
What
Wow, Robyn, why don't you make the rest of us feel like shit parents?
No, hang on. My kids' school doesn't offer sports, eh? So I had to find sports for them to do. Remember, my kids go to a Cambridge school, and it's heavy, it's academic. So I had to find things for them to do outside of school. And I also have 2 children that I can't drive, one to Pakistan and one to Timbuktu. So I needed to find something that they both enjoyed, where the times of the classes were the same, and it's not too far from home. And anyway, so we found Apex South, and both of my kids, they just fell in love with it. Gia, she's not a sporty kid.
Yeah.
But the jiu-jitsu, she has her self-confidence has grown so much since she's been doing that.
But do you see what physical exercise does for kids?
Yeah. Well, it's that. And then I was in my most depressed, helping my dad, and I work for my dad and my brother. So when my dad was going through the last divorce, hopefully 3 of 3.
Has he met anyone new?
Yes, he's got a wonderful woman in his life now. We love her, but I did tell him if he gets married again, I am going to have him committed.
But it's his pattern.
Yeah, so let's try. Well, look at how well that's worked out. So we're trying to change patterns
Okay, but look,
and adjust
my
things.
dad's also on his 3rd marriage, but this one is the...
No, but the
last.
lady that my dad is with now, she's absolutely divine, and she's so good for him. But anyway, what I was saying is we were going through the divorce, and it was trauma. You know, it was a traumatic divorce. And
you were very close to that
I was
stepmother,
very close to that stepmother. She landed up not being the person that I thought that she was, which made me doubt that, judgment of character.
Things.
You know, like, and I'd said to myself, could I have possibly been so wrong about this person for so many years?
Maybe not, because you must remember situations like that
bring out the worst in people, 100%. Yeah. So there was so much of that conflict and the abandonment thing. So what I do is I just eat my feelings. So if you're standing too close to me when I got feelings, beware. But I've gained 37 kilograms.
You did not.
I did. I 100% did. I've got photographic evidence. And And during that time was when my kids first started getting into combat sports and stuff.
I don't remember you. Well, I mean, that's what we always say.
Look, I'm very tall.
Whenever you show someone a fat photo, they're like, I don't
remember you like that. But anyway, so then my kids were into this combat sports, and I would sit there and have a cup of coffee with the moms while I'm watching them train. And the one day I'm sitting there and I'm going, you know, I always say I don't have time to train and I don't have energy for this. And I sit here every single day for 2 hours in the afternoon. Why don't I just get on the equipment? And then another one of the moms said to me, why don't we ask them if they can do like a women's class for us, you know, after we've dropped the kids off at school in the morning, because we also don't, I was feeling shit about myself. I didn't want to train in front of all these like pro boxing people and whatever.
Guys, I still haven't gone to gym.
So I didn't want to be in training clothes and like in my enormous self that I didn't even fit into leggings at that stage. And I was like, okay, I prefer if we did it alone.
Wasn't that bad?
No, it was bad. No, Kelly. Oh. You're so naive. But anyway,
I'm not.
But anyway, so then I said to Tiny the one day after he'd finished training the kids, like, how would you feel about doing a women's class for the moms after we dropped the kids off at school? And he said, cool, let's start. And that was where my whole journey started with, with weight loss and whatever. And I thought to myself, I just want to get on the same level as my kids. You know, I can't be saying to them, dude, you need this fitness, you need this dopamine, you need this for all of these reasons. But I'm sitting there having coffee the whole time. I wanted to get in their world.
Yeah.
And the problem is that I then also fell in love with boxing.
Okay.
So now my son and I just love hitting things. He likes hitting people. I prefer hitting a bag and pretending it's certain people. But yeah.
Well, I mean, you know, it's therapy.
It's literally, I actually made myself a shirt the other day that says boxing is my therapy, because it is. It
really is.
I fight my
feelings out. So you boxed for long?
Yeah, it really is.
Did you?
Yeah, I did when I was going.
Why did you stop?
I don't know. I just.
So you see, she also does this, eh? She went like down a boxing road. She went down a swimming road. Now she's on a Pilates road.
And boxing really, like your anger. If you're angry, boxing's the way out.
I can't tell you how it's changed my life, and also it's the community around that. I mean, there's been
from
days
a mental
there,
aspect,
from a mental aspect, from an emotional aspect as well. There's been days where we've done combos and stuff where I just burst out into tears, and my coach literally caught me in his arms like this, and I just sobbed, and I didn't know why. Why I was so embarrassed, and he was going, don't you dare be embarrassed, this is what it is about. This is like you're getting it out and releasing it in that. So I've learned more things about myself from 35 to 41 than what I did.
But this is what we say. This is like, I promise you guys, like I know we joke about, or I joke about menopause and stuff like that a lot and whatever, but we really do underestimate the changes between 35 and 40 and then 40 on. So many things change. We don't talk about it enough, because I feel bad sometimes. I feel like, am I being fake or am I being two-faced, because I'm not like that anymore.
Yeah.
And I'm guys,
but then
I've become squeamish with blood.
But exactly what you said in the beginning.
Squeamish with blood.
No, not
like
you.
I would stop at car accidents.
Yes,
and
I was going to say,
put
that
someone's
was you.
intestine back in and hold it there and stuff. And so many things are changing, and I'm fighting myself on those things. But it's okay.
But the thing is, it's look, development is obviously one part of it. But I felt when I was doing that vlog with Claire and I got that one comment, all that kept going through my mind is, am I being an imposter?
Yeah.
You know, I felt like
I was 100%
Yeah. I felt like I was trying to pretend like
and
I'm something that I'm not. When I was actually telling only my truth,
your side of the truth,
my truth, my experiences, how I overcame certain things that I was struggling with that I had not yet overcome, things that I was still working on,
But listen,
that's not right or wrong,
syndrome is a real thing, hey?
But really, when who the fuck does she think she is? And then that's for years. I can't tell you how many times that would go through my mind.
Yeah.
Like if a friend was going through, I did. If a friend was going through a crisis, like I'm often the person that will.
That's exactly, yes, 100%.
And then my friend would say to me like, "You see, that really helped, whatever," and I'd be like, "Really? Like, don't listen to me. I'm so fucked up."
But you see, that's what I'm saying. What we do to ourselves. Guys, how many of you are relating to this right now? You know? Like, okay, I feel like not many of us are as as us.
What does that mean? That was a Chihuahua-esque sort of reaction. Okay.
What did you hear? Like hocus pocus. Sisters! I love Bette Midler.
Kels?
Guys, this was such a cool podcast. We say this to every single fucking guest.
You do say it to every single
We
guest.
have to have her on
Because you're in
again.
that moment and
There's
you
so many things that I still wanted to talk about and ask. I'm so happy we had someone on the couch that talks as much as I do. Maybe more. Because, sometimes I
Shame,
have this
poor
habit
Crystal.
of...
I think you said 7 words.
Crystal was very happy with this podcast.
Oh, okay.
No, you
Crystal
spoke.
Crystal loves to sit in her corner sometimes
No,
on her
you-
pedestal and just watch.
No, you
And
spoke well. You were getting your message across.
No, I thought you were absolutely
Yeah,
amazing.
there was no need to.
Well, I mean,
She's
you're
not sitting there
only
with
human.
judgment. She's sitting
No.
there genuinely listening.
Yeah, I'm listening
Like she
to
really
you.
is taking it in.
Yeah.
She finds this interesting.
Well, I just want to say to the two of you that I have thoroughly... I mean, obviously, I started watching the podcast because she's my friend. And I like hearing the sound of her voice. I know I do. I do. And I mean, it was more...
Give me a fist bump.
in the beginning, it was more just to support you. And then I thought to myself, no, but hang on. Like, you learn something new from every single person that you've had on the podcast. I learned that there was a pantry in the south. I did not know that. Okay, I live in Alberton. In all fairness, my life exists within a 4-kilometer radius of my house. If it's further than that, I'm not going.
She has to come back on the podcast because we need to unpack that.
Yeah.
Because you have never.
No, that's a huge thing. I live here. I cannot be your friend if you're further
In
than
fact,
this.
this was quite far for
It
you,
was
eh?
very far. Do you have any idea the
Yeah.
anxiety? As the
Yeah.
heels started winding
I
up,
didn't even think about that.
Yeah, no, it was very stressful. You know how much I love you. But
She even got you early.
I've learned so many things. I didn't know that there was a Tasha's in a pantry. That Sunday I went and took my family for
well, I'm
breakfast.
happy about
Now
that.
I'm addicted.
Chocolate strawberries.
which is a problem. And they sell Lego, guys.
Yeah.
So my kids have the time of their lives while I'm pantrying it up.
My kids don't want Lego anymore.
Oh, no, they got the nice Lego at the pantry.
They've got the nice Lego.
The
I
big
even
people
bought
Lego.
myself Lego at the pantry.
Anyway, this was fun. No one's buying Lego at the fucking pantry.
And also I found out who Roger X was. Never even heard of him.
Well,
Rog.
congratulations.
Because I watch your show. You guys are educating the South.
You are going to love who we've got coming on.
I'm so excited.
I'm going to tell you afterwards, but
Okay.
I'm going to make you sign a...
A wave,
NDA.
NDA. Okay, no problem. No problem.
Guys, thanks again for joining us. If any of you are battling out there, as many of you are, please, like we always say, feel free to reach out, communicate, speak. This world is a better place with you in it. Don't
Bye, guys.
think otherwise. So
Like,
goodbye.
share, subscribe, and do all the things.
See you later.